On the edge of Rothenburg, where red-tiled rooftops huddle like old secrets, stood a stone manor, weathered by time. And in the attic of that house, cold and forgotten, lived a girl named Anya. She was 19, skin like porcelain, eyes the blue of Baltic skies after rain, and hair golden flax cascading past her waist. Her hair was all she had left of her mother, Natalia, a Russian woman of gentle grace, who once taught Anya how to smile without sound and breathe slowly to calm the world. Anya resembled her almost too perfectly in voice, presence, and stillness, the kind of stillness that unsettled those who couldn't possess it. Her father, Grigory, a language scholar from Vienna, raised her in books, poetry, and lullabies. After Natalia passed, he moved them both to Rothenburg and tried gently, vainly to rebuild. He remarried after 2 years. His new wife, Madame Celeste, was a former philosophy lecturer from Lyon. Precise, pale, always tight-bund, always composed. She brought with her 2 daughters, Vivienne 22, auburn curls and a permanent smirk, Isolde 18, long black hair and eyes as sharp as glass. Vivienne.
Mother, I swear her hair glows like spun honey. It's revolting.
Isolde.
And those wide eyes, like she thinks the whole world revolves around her.
When Grigory was alive, they played nice, formal, distant, civil, but all masks fell the night of the headmaster's autumn banquet. Grigory collapsed, heart seized mid-toast, manuscript still in hand. He never rose again. That same night, Celeste no longer pretended. That night, Anya's bedroom became off-limits. Celeste entered with a single oil lamp and a voice as hollow as an empty teacup. Celeste.
I can't have a ghost wandering these halls, especially one with your mother's face.
She led Anya to the attic, once a storage room for books and broken chairs. It had no bed, no mirror, no warmth, just a thin mattress, a rusted pail, and a splintered broom. They blocked her in. From that day on, Anya was no longer a daughter, or even a girl, just a presence. Each dawn before sunrise, she was summoned to scrub stone floors, haul water from a frozen well, bake bread but eat last if anything was left. Isolde.
Scrub harder. The chef won't tolerate your footprints on his marble.
Vivienne.
Careful not to shed a golden hair into the soup, princess.
But every night, Anya would sit by the window slit and gently comb her hair, whispering old Russian lullabies into each strand, the same ones her mother sang before sleep. Her only mirror was a cracked, handheld piece from Natalia's belongings, the only place left where she still recognized herself. And down below beneath her, behind the teacups and whispers, a plan was taking shape. Vivienne.
I can't stand it anymore. Her hair, it glows, like the sun's trapped in her skull.
Isolde.
She clutches it like treasure, as if cutting it would kill her.
Celeste.
Then perhaps we should test that theory.
Vivienne.
You mean?
Celeste.
If one wishes to kill a weed, one must pull it from the root. And her hair is her root.
That night, under the guise of silence, they gathered their tools. Celeste with an antique hand-cranked hair clipper, Vivienne with a heavy comb and barber shears, Isolde holding a lantern, flickering like firelight across a blade. Midnight. Celeste led the procession up the attic stairs. In her hands, a wooden case. Inside, a steel hand clipper, still sharp from another time. Behind her, Vivienne, clutching shears and a wide-toothed comb. Isolde followed, oil lantern in hand, casting ghostly shadows along the walls. Anya slept, curled on the thin mattress. Her hair, golden, thick, and luminous, spilled across the floor like honey spilled from a broken jar. But that night, they had come to spill something else. Vivienne.
Do it fast. I don't want to hear her scream.
Isolde.
Let her scream. No one listens up here.
Anya stirred too late. Isolde shoved a thick wool scarf into her mouth. Vivienne pinned her arms to the mattress. She tried to thrash, but she was no match for 3. Celeste.
Even royalty must learn to kneel.
Celeste grabbed a fistful of hair and drove the teeth of the clipper into Anya's scalp. It wasn't done with precision, but with violence. Hair fell in thick clumps, not strands, but patches. One by one, the golden locks hit the floor like fallen petals from a slaughtered spring. Vivienne,
Look, baby fluff patches. She's hideous.
eyes old.
Still think you're a princess with that shiny skull.
When it was done, Anya's scalp was jagged raw, uneven. Pink skin peeked through sweat and shock. One side of her head nearly bald, the other still bristling with stubborn tufts. Celeste,
Let her look in her little mirror now. If she dares.
Anya lay still. Minutes passed, or hours. Then slowly she sat up. She reached for the cracked mirror. Her hands shook. Her breath caught. Anya.
What did they do to me?
Anya didn't leave the mattress that night. She didn't cry. She didn't speak. She sat, knees pulled to her chest, arms wrapped around her newly shorn head, fingers brushing the raw, uneven skin like she was touching a stranger. Anya,
It's gone. All of it. Gone.
eyes old.
Why would she need a mirror now? There's nothing to admire.
Vivienne,
Maybe she'll paint the bald spots gold.
but upstairs, there was no sobbing, only silence. And silence, sometimes, grows roots. Anya stopped flinching when the bolt locked behind her. She stopped counting the hours. She stopped reaching for hair that was no longer there. Instead, each night, she would wipe the cracked mirror clean, set it upright, and sit before it. She no longer combed strands. She studied what remained not with grief, but with a growing, unsettling calm. Every Sunday, without fail, the three women returned. As if it were a ritual, Vivienne dragged Anya to the center of the attic. Isolde held the lantern, its flicker dancing across the floor. Celeste brought the clipper. But now, Anya didn't fight. She sat upright, back straight, eyes forward, hands resting on her knees like she was waiting for an audience, not punishment. Vivienne,
She doesn't even blink.
eyes old.
She thinks this makes her brave.
Each week, the blade scraped over skin, removing what little had grown. Each week, they tried to break her, but each week, her silence grew louder. She walked straighter, worked faster, cleaned better, and sometimes, just sometimes, she laughed, not out of joy, not mockery, but something deeper, a sound like resilience cracking through the walls. And downstairs, Celeste began to wonder.
Who, now, truly lived above her? And who lived beneath?
One spring morning, Madame Celeste found an envelope slipped beneath her bedroom door. Fine parchment, elegant handwriting. 3 simple words. To Anya G. No stamp, no seal, no explanation. Celeste read it in silence. Then, without hesitation, threw it into the hearth. The flames licked the paper as if it were a curse needing purification. Anya never saw it. But that same morning, a pigeon landed on the attic ledge, stood there longer than usual, and cooed 3 times. Then, it dropped a small folded square through the window slit. Anya lunged for it, but the wind snatched it away just before her fingers could grasp it. Still, her heart raced. Someone remembered her. 2 weeks passed. Then, one evening, a second note appeared, wedged through the thin seam in the attic window.
You are not alone. I've seen you. I remember. Wait for the festival of light. I will find you beneath the white birch tree.
Anya clutched the letter to her chest, and for the first time in years, she cried. Not from pain, not from shame, but from the quiet, overwhelming truth. She had not vanished. The shaven head that once marked her defeat now felt like armor. The silence she endured now rang like legend. In the cracked mirror, she no longer saw a girl who'd lost everything, but a woman rising from what remained. The Festival of Light had come to Rothenburg, a night when every rooftop shimmered with lanterns. and the old stone streets glowed like rivers of gold. And this time, Anya was ready. The manor was empty. Madame Celeste and her daughters had departed hours earlier, in velvet gowns and jeweled gloves, climbing into carriages that smelled of powder and pride. The moment the gate clicked shut, Anya descended the attic steps. She wore a dress sewn from old curtains, patched and stitched with silver thread. Her feet were wrapped in linen, and around her wrist a single red ribbon left by Etta, the old kitchen maid who never said a word but always knew. She didn't cover her head. Her hair had only just begun to grow, soft, short, like spring grass after snow. But she walked tall, straighter than she ever had. Villager 1.
Is that the girl from the manor?
Villager 2.
She looks different.
Villager 3.
She looks.
Real. At the edge of the square, under a tall white birch, stood a young man, Milo, a craftsman, 21. Calloused hands from hanging lanterns across the town, dark hair to his shoulders, and storm-colored eyes. He saw her and smiled.
Milo, I watched them play you from the rooftops. Had I watched you stand anyway?
Milo.
You changed something in me.
He reached out. Anya did not hesitate. She took his hand. They walked through the crowd not as servant and savior, but as something brighter. A hush followed them. A ripple. People stepped aside, not out of fear, but respect. From across the plaza, Celeste turned and froze. She recognized that walk, that gaze, that glow. Vivienne.
It's her.
Isolde.
She's smiling.
Celeste.
Anya. Back. Now. Anya turned.
Faced her. Anya.
You shaved my head. You stole my name. But you'll never take me for myself.
Celeste stood still, speechless, out of spells, out of control. And for the first time, Anya was no longer under her roof. She was standing in her own light. Weeks passed. Then one morning, Anya left the manor for good. No fanfare, no tears, just a small satchel and the road ahead. Etta, the quiet kitchen maid, handed her a cloth bundle, a slice of honey cake, a worn kerchief, and a familiar object wrapped in linen, the cracked mirror from the attic. Milo returned with a small wagon, drawn by a gentle mare named Inca. They rode out of Rothenburg together, toward a village where no one knew her as the girl in the attic, or the orphan with no hair. There, she was simply Anya. Anya began working alongside Milo, carving wood, assembling lantern frames, etching tiny symbols of hope onto glass panels. People came to love her quiet laugh, her steady hands, her eyes that saw more than most. Her hair grew back, not in long golden waves like before, but in tight, soft curls, the color of new bark. And one morning, with sunlight washing the floor, Anya took up a pair of scissors and trimmed it short again. Anya, I'm not the girl who lost everything. I'm the woman who lived through it. In the small cottage behind the workshop, the cracked mirror still hangs. But Anya no longer looks into it searching for what was lost. Now, when she gazes into the glass, she sees not the ghost of a girl, but the flame of someone who survived, and rose, and chose her name, again and again.